All right, welcome back. Good to have you here. 7:39 right now. We were talking about this earlier this week, and it raised a lot of controversy. Facebook talking about allowing younger people on their site. So how young is too young when it comes to letting kids use Facebook, the social media giant, considering letting kids younger than 13 use its services?
Well, Corinne Gregory is the founder of socialsmarts.com and the author of It's Not Who You Know, It's How You Treat Them, and she joins us with her take on tweens, kids, and the web. This is such it's one of those topics that gets everyone talking, and a lot of parents just don't understand how important it is for kids to feel connected.
Absolutely. Even we as adults are being very, very drawn into social media and such, but, this whole thing with Facebook, and, I don't think we have any illusions right now that there aren't scads of already under 13 kids out there who have faked their ages, gotten parents' permission. So it's an interesting situation, and no matter where you are on it, you probably have an opinion.
My 9-year-old cousin I just saw yesterday is turning 20. Who knew? On Facebook. Yeah. Corinne, Facebook, considering this proposal, a lot of parents say, this is a horrible idea to allow kids access. What do you think?
Well, it sounds good on paper. If you read what they're describing, the idea of parental controls and all this, it sounds good on paper, but the devil is always in the details. So, Bill, when I look at this and I think already there's so many kids that are already using this and abusing this, I don't think much is really going to change, and I'm very concerned that most parents aren't going to have time really to monitor what their kids are doing all the time.
Exactly.
It's going to be a full-time job.
And I guess the biggest issue would be kids that are already involved in this and no other kids that are involved. Let's say their parents say, absolutely not, you're not getting on Facebook until you're 13, but their friends are already on it, so they're not going to want to get onto a kid's site where their friends aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but even what a lot of kids don't realize is it's not just what your friends are doing, but it's the friends of the friends downstream that is all coming together, and the impact it's absolutely massive, and I don't think that a lot of parents understand what the issues are.
So you mentioned that we're under no illusions that they aren't already on Facebook. Consumer Reports estimates that of the 900 million Facebook users, over 7 million are people and kids under the age of 13. So what is your take on how Bill kind of already got into this a little bit, but how do you actually talk to parents and kids about how to work around this, because they're already on Facebook? How are you gonna talk to them about it as though, oh, here's this new thing for you to do? They're like, we're already doing this.
That's right. Been there, done that, got the shirt. Absolutely, absolutely. And have, in a lot of cases, whether it comes from cyberbullying or sexting or the predator issues that we talk about, those are really the obvious ones. But a lot of things that parents don't even think about and can't convey to their kids is, for example, the permanence and pervasiveness of internet information. I mean, the types of things that you post or that your friends post may end up coming back to haunt you as you get ready to apply for college, as you get a job. I know of somebody, for example, who was working with trying to get a job with the Port Authority. And Casey, this is a true story. They ended up getting turned down, actually, because they had 2 friends that were in jail. And as it turned out, when they were asked about it, they said, well, I don't really know these people. They're just on my Facebook. And so the Port Authority said, then why would you friend them? Why are they your friends if you don't know who they are? Right. So there's some very, very important issues there that parents don't even realize. So I think, to educate them, to educate the parents first so that they can educate their kids is hugely important.
How does Facebook affect kids' social perception overall?
It can make for very unreal and unhealthy relationships. The example I use often when I speak to groups about this, they say, how many of us would, if a stranger came to the door, just wandering down our street, we don't know who they are, comes to the door, knocks on the door and says, hi, I want to be friends with you. Casey, would you let them in your door, your front room, your bedroom? But our kids are doing that every single day. They have no idea who these people are. And so at the same time, you can also shut down a friendship or unfriend somebody, at the click of a mouse. And that's not realistic. That's not how we treat people in real life, or maybe nowadays they do. So it's a real unreal situation.
We threw this out the other day, and a lot of parents were saying kids should not be on Facebook until they're 15 or 16. How old do you think kids should be before they start engaging in social sites like Facebook?
I don't think there's a hard and fast answer, Bill, honestly. I think it has a lot to do with many factors, including your kid's maturity, how willing you are to have that tough chat with them about privacy controls, setting what to post, what not to post. I also think that a lot has to do with whether or not you as a parent are willing to take the responsibility to help monitor what's going on. Have your child's Facebook user ID and password. Feel like you can check up on them if you need to and explain that to them. I think there's a lot of factors in there because, frankly, all the tech controls in the world can't control behavior. And so you have to really work with your child to understand the offline behavior as well as the online.
So it's all about getting the conversation started now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot that can go on, there's a lot that can go wrong. And the obvious ones we think of, like I said, the predators, the cyberbullying, those may be dangers, but the risks have nothing necessarily to do with dangers.
Corinne Gregory, good stuff as always. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your time. And for more on kids in the web, you can check out socialsmarts.com.
It is 7:45 right now. Time to check in with MJ for a look at the weather forecast. Hey, MJ.
Hey, good morning. That was very powerful, Corinne. Thank you. On the radio.